on perfect wisdom, with the divisions of the Abhishamaya-Lamkara.
Translated by EdwardConze 1904–1979.
University of California Press, Berkeley, Los Angeles, London. Chapter 74. The Exposition of the Sameness of all Dharmas.
Subhuti. When has the bodhisattva well penetrated the dharma-mark of dharmas?
The Lord. As in the case of a fictitious magical creation, there is the habitual absence of greed, hate, and delusion.
Of the skandhas of inner and outer dharmas, of the biases and prepossessions, of dharmas with or without outflows, worldly or supramundane, conditioned or unconditioned, and of both the path
and its fruit. It is thus that the dharmic principle of dharmas has been well penetrated. Subhuti. What is the path development of a magical creation? The Lord. It is that path development thanks to which he is neither defiled nor purified, and does not actually appear in
Samsara with its 5 places of rebirth.
Subhuti. How does the bodhisattva penetrate to all dharmas if they are all non-entities? The Lord. What do you think, Subhuti, does there exist for the magical creation of a Tathagata, some entity thanks to which he is defiled or purified, or actually appears in samsara with its 5 places of rebirth? Subhuti. No, O Lord, such an entity does not exist for him. The Lord. It is thus that the dharmic principle of dharmas has been well penetrated. Subhuti. Then, all the skandhas like a Tathagata's magical creations? The Lord. They are. Subhuti. How, then, does a bodhisattva, manly work take place? When the skandhas are for like a magical creation. For a magical creation there are no skandhas, no defilement and purification, and no samsara with its 5 places of rebirth from which he could liberate beings. The Lord. What do you think, Subhuti?
Has the bodhisattva, when he courses in a bodhisattva's career, apprehended any being whom he could liberate from the hells, or the animal world, or the world of Yama, or life among the men or gods?
Subhuti. No, O Lord. The Lord. So it is, Subhuti, the bodhisattva has not apprehended any being whom he could liberate from the triple world, because he has cognized, seen, and known all dharmas as like magical illusions and magical creations. Subhuti. If the bodhisattva has cognized, seen, and known all dharmas as magical illusions and magical creations, for the sake of whom, then, does he course in the 6 perfections too? In the path to enlightenment. For the sake of whom does he purify the Buddha field and mature beings? The Lord. If beings on their own could cognize all dharmas as being like magical creations, then the bodhisattva would not for countless eons course for the sake of beings in the career of a bodhisattva. But because beings on their own do not cognize all beings as magical creations, therefore the bodhisattva courses for countless eons in the 6 perfections, matures beings, and purifies the Buddha field. Subhuti. If all dharmas are like a dream, too, like a magical creation, whereon are beings supported, and wherefrom does the bodhisattva, when he courses in perfect wisdom, set them free? The Lord. Beings are supported on words and signs based on imagining that which is not. It is from these words and signs that the bodhisattva, when he courses in perfect wisdom, sets them free. Subhuti. What are words and what are signs? The Lord. An adventitious designation is this, something added on i.e. words, or signs. They are artificial designations.
Whether they refer to the skandhas,
or to women, or men, sons, daughters, people in the hells, animals, beings in the world of Yama, gods, or men, conditioned dharmas, or unconditioned dharmas, the fruit of a stream winner, to full enlightenment. In fact, mere conceptual dharmas are all these words because they are just words. Mere words are all these conditioned things to which the foolish common people have become attached.
But the bodhisattva, who courses in perfect
wisdom and is endowed with skill in means, dissuades those beings and says to them, from false imagination has all this verbosity arisen. Do not get attached to a false imagination, to a non-existent entity which is empty in its own being. Since all dharmas are empty, well-informed people do not settle down in them. It is thus that the bodhisattva, coursing in perfect wisdom, demonstrates dharma to beings with skill in means. And what is a sign? Twofold are the signs to which the foolish common people have become attached.
Which two?
The sign of form and the sign of the formless. And what is the sign of form? Whatever form there is, whether gross or fine, whether inferior or exalted, that one seizes on these momentary dharmas as the result of a false imagination, that is called the sign of form.
And what is the sign of the formless?
Whatever defilement may be generated in him who has imagined something about formless dharmas after seizing on their sign, that is called the sign of the formless. Therefore the bodhisattva, who courses in perfect wisdom, by his skill in means turns people away from that sign, makes them enter into the signless realm and establishes them therein, and that is such a way that they do not fall into a duality, distinguishing the sign here from the signless there. It is thus that the bodhisattva, when he courses in perfect wisdom, by his skill in means turns beings away from the sign and establishes them in the signless realm. Subhuti. If all dharmas are no more than this, i.e., no more than words and signs, mere concepts, arisen from imaginations, how, then, does the bodhisattva,
when he courses in perfect wisdom,
himself reach the distinction in wholesome dharmas? And how does he establish others in the distinctive achievement of those wholesome dharmas by which they fulfill one stage after the other, and how does he enjoin the triple vehicle upon beings? The Lord. If the sign were an entity and not a non-entity, then this bodhisattva, who courses in perfect wisdom, could not reach distinction in wholesome dharmas, nor could he enjoin its distinction on others. But since the sign is a non-entity, and not an entity, the bodhisattva, when he courses in perfect wisdom, fulfills all spiritual practices by way of the signless. Having fulfilled these wholesome dharmas, he enjoins them also on others, but by way of the signless.
If there existed in dharmas a sign of a dharma even as small as the fine point of the tip of a hair,
then this bodhisattva, who courses in perfect wisdom, could not fully awake to a dharma which is signless, unrememberable, and not a proper object of attention, and he could not establish beings in thusness and in dharmas without outflows. For all dharmas without outflows are signless, unrememberable, and not a proper object of attention. It is thus that the bodhisattva, who courses in perfect wisdom, works the wheel of all beings through dharmas without outflows. Subhuti. If all dharmas are signless, unrememberable, not a proper object of attention, how, then, can one enumerate as follows? These are dharmas without flows. These dharmas without outflows, these are common dharmas, these uncommon dharmas, these are disciple dharmas, these pratyeka Buddha dharmas, these bodhisattva dharmas, and these Buddha dharmas. The Lord. What do you think, Subhuti, is the signless one thing and are the disciple dharmas two?
The Buddha dharmas another.
Subhuti. No, O Lord. The Lord.
Is, then, the signless the same as the fruit stream winner, too?
The dharmas of a Buddha. Subhuti. So it is, O Lord, so it is, O well gone. The Lord. By this method also should one know that all dharmas are the signless.
When the bodhisattva trains in all dharmas as signless, then he grows in wholesome dharmas, i.e., the six perfections too. All Buddha dharmas. And why? Because the bodhisattva should not train in any other way, i.e., other than in dharmas which are emptiness, signless, and wishless. And why? Because in these three doors to emancipation all wholesome dharmas are contained. And here the emptiness door to emancipation means that which is empty of own marks. The signless door to emancipation means the departure of signs. The wishless door to emancipation means that which has not been brought about. When he trains in these three doors to emancipation, the bodhisattva trains in the 5 skandhas.
The 12 sense fields, the 18 elements, the 4 holy truths, condition co-production with its 12 links, the emptiness is 2. The 18 special Buddha dharmas. Subhuti. And how does the bodhisattva, coursing in perfect wisdom, train himself with regard to the 5 grasping skandhas? The Lord. Here the bodhisattva, who courses in perfect Wisdom wisely knows forms, and how form is produced and stopped, and also what is the suchness of form. How does he wisely know form? Since it is altogether full of cracks and holes, he wisely know form to be as unsubstantial as a mass of foam. And how does he wisely know the production of form? Since it is said that a form does not come from anywhere nor does it go to anywhere, he wisely knows the production of form from the fact that a form has not come from anywhere nor gone to anywhere. It is